Hi. Yeah. So today we are here for our a quick workshop, which is giving the basic idea about like giving tips for all of you, like those like essentially wants to improve their engineering drawing. And engineering drawing is not only related to just the engineering; it's for interior, it's for architect, and why we do need this engineering. Like now we are speaking you are from Zimbabwe, so you have a different language. You are from Spain, you have a different language. You're from India, so you have a different language. So that language is words, alphabets, connecting together, making words, making sentence, and it conveys what you have thoughts and things in your mind to others. So for us as a designer, for us as an architect, what does it do? It what language we have to explain or to show our interior designing is nothing else but our drawings. So I hope you are getting me clear. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, then please just thumbs up. Uh, okay, great. So now let's go further for the next slide. I made quick slides so that, like we can understand what I'm saying, how we are doing, what we're doing. So there we go. Um, now the next, one second. So yeah. Now, the first is interactive. Okay, tell me, can you unmute Sumirai? Okay, and can you tell me what when you are started your designing and all, what do you feel for the drawings and like what is happening? Have you thought like does it like is it easy for you or is it like important or not important for you?
Hi, everyone. My name is Shumi. Both to answer your question, for sure, drawing is important for what you do because you do need to be able to do quick sketches that you can always refer to as time goes on, part of the design concept, and then you can always develop. When I started, it was a challenge, but now I'm getting better at it. But then for sure, I'd want to sharpen my skills in that aspect.
Okay, so now, how is your experience? Can you tell North? I will just shift to her. Just how you're feeling. Like, is it easy? Because this is kind of a technical thing. So there are a lot of things. So when it comes to your drawings, so do you feel it is easy or is it hard or something like that? Can you please just give us a quick, what do you think while
I would
drawing?
Yes,
Yeah.
sure. The thing is, when I started technical drawing, it was really hard at first. I
Mhm.
couldn't understand the aspects and everything, but as I keep doing it again and again, and everything takes practice, and with practice, I feel like it's getting more easier as I
Okay. Great.
continue.
Great. So that's what what about Honey? What about you when you started the drawing at the beginning? Do you liked it or you were just like, oh, why this whole thing is there? I'm a designer, so let me just do something more colorful. So have you felt anything like that?
Yeah, actually, I was more into 3Ds first, but now I understand the importance of the drawings and I've started doing those drawings. Yeah, starting it was little bit of it was really tough for me, but gradually it came into my grooves.
Good, good. So now let's see the next thing here. So, a tip one, fine. Understand the basics. How the important is understanding basic concepts like scale, projection, and dimensioning. Sumirai, or should I call you Sumi?
Shumi is fine.
Shumi. Hi, Shumi. So when I seen actually your some work, I felt so much that to let you know how to go with that, how to sketch it, how to scale it, and the projection and dimensioning. Okay, so now the scale, when we say scaling, it has okay. So these are our all instruments. You can see on the left hand side there is a full drawing. It is saying with option one, and it is showing all that detail. It's one of the ceiling drawing. Okay, like a suspended ceiling drawing. Why we call it suspended? Because suspended false ceiling, which is not real, it will be hanging, so it's called suspended. So you can see on this side, right? These are our measuring rules and all, like, instrument. Also, along with this, very important is what kind of pencils you are using. If you're using clutch pencil, which is of 5 mm or something thinner than that, that is not mostly useful, because when you start putting the lines on the paper, it can break so quickly. So at the beginning, at the starting of the work, you should go with the normal pencils. First thing is, there are grades of pencils. One is like HB, H only, and the softer to harder. HB is the harder one. HB1, HB, B1, B2, like that. So when you are drawing, first thing first, in the drawing, your rules will give you the scale and the pencils. When you are using the harder pencil, use it for construction line, which will be a
Excuse me, ma'am.
very, yes. Can you hear me?
The drawing is, yeah, drawing is not visible.
You can see this. Okay, let me just check. Okay, it's not visible. Fine. Can you see this now? Please move this window away from the share application. Okay. Can you see the window now?
Yeah.
Can you see this drawing?
No,
Yes.
this is the,
The first one, yes, but the second one, no.
This one you can see? Okay, let me just
Yes.
stop sharing and I'll share it again. Okay, just a quick minute. Yeah, and yeah. Can you see this now?
Yes, it's visible.
Yeah, yeah. So now you see on this side, um, there is a drawing which is a suspended ceiling. We call it false ceiling or suspended ceiling because it's hanging from the mother of slab, like it's hanging from the slab. These are our tools. I was talking about the pencil. All, are you there?
Yes.
Yeah. Shumi, are you there? Nof, are you there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
can
I'm
see.
here.
Okay, so these are our rules. These are our scale, which is having like 1:50, 1:100, 1:1000. Why these scales are there? In reality, when we draft, you can see here example is 1:500. And that's the whole plot of the land. It needs this 1:, what you see here right now here is 1:500, 1:1000, based on the scale of that, based on the size of that. And another thing, I was talking about the pencils which you are using, because the pencil makes a lot of difference. Our lines speak different thing. A thinner line is a construction line. And then above that, which we make it like, the 0.5 mm, 0.2 mm, and all that kind of a thickness, that indicates the different layers of line. A wall line has a different thickness, a construction line has a different thickness, and that for the construction line, you better go for HB pencil, which is you call it as it's a light, but it's a hard pencil, so you will not get it's a deeper impression. So use it with a very light hand and just put the pencil for doing the construction line when you are drawing the basic line. And after that, when you are using on the top of it the final lines, you go with another, like, the another softer pencil, which will give you a proper darker lines. So always keep those construction line, and above that you have your darker final part of that drawings from there. Now, in this, what you see here is a 500 scale. And let me share another page of it, okay? Because these are a different slides, so better let me share with you. Okay, can you see this next slide?
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So now when we see that 500 scale, it was a big plot. It was like a full area, and that county is having all the small houses. Now here what you can see to the scale of 1:200, it's just a one single site plan where there is a one single house. Means it is increase. Yeah, you are zooming in. Like from 500 to 200 is literally, we can call it as a, you are zooming in. Now you see here 1:100. So if you see this villa having some kind of a plan, that is more zoom in and you can see more details. So when we are drawing for our interior designing drawings, okay, so in that you will go with this all details, right? And then next when you are going, okay, can you see this one sheet? This slide, can you see?
Yes, it's visible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now here you see the scale, now it is 1:50, which is giving more in depth and more detail. It's more zoom in. Here, when we are drafting and doing this work by hand, literally the scales are for that, like zooming in and zooming out, but giving it the measurement, just not random measurements, giving it the proper measurement that 1:50 scale you are taking on the side to 1:1. Suppose in your 1:50, it is written as 1 meter or 10 feet, it will be on the side with the real measuring tape 10 feet 1 meter. So that's why the reason is these scales, because it's fitting on the paper. If you take that 10 meter on your paper, you need a big roll of paper or big place of drawing and then the printouts of it to have the 10 meter 10 feet and 1 meter. So this is how is useful for us to do the scaling. And now when it comes to more detail, you can see a fine detail over here, which is this slide. So in that fine detail, when you're going for that, the scale goes more deep inside. It can be 1:10, 1:2. That becomes a part of that scale into it. 1 second. So part of it become like more into it. Now here you see this is the proper interior design layout, which is showing the room square meters and the sizes. So the scale for this, you can see the measurement scale for this has changed with that. So this is how the scale is useful. Why? Because we can plot it on the drawing, we can draft it on the drawing on the paper in the limited space. We can say our drawing paper size A1, A2, A0, and as per that, we can give the scale to fit the drawing in that. When this drawing comes in the hand of a contractor, from designer to the contractor, he can plot it exactly in the reality on that ground. That's why all this scaling is useful. Now, when you look for this scaling, you can see all this dimension over there. You can see all this dimension given. So the dimension also has a various styles. Sometimes you put the two ends dot, sometimes you put the architectural tick, which is like, in this to this format, and then you write your dimension about it. Now, what I was talking about, the construction line, that comes over here. When your this dimension line comes, can you see my arrow, my cursor of mouse? Can you see my
The
cursor?
cursor is stopped, so it's not moving.
Oh, is it moving now?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
so.
Yeah. So now you can see this is the line, which should be a lighter one, which should be thinner one. And then there are those side lines which is not shown in this drawing, but we take these lines, which will be again like these points will be the darker one, and these line for the dimension will be lighter one. And then you write dimension. So either you do arrows at the both ends, or you can do a dots at the both end, or you can do architectural ticks on the both end. And the ticks will have the same direction. If it is, can you see my cursor, right? You can see my cursor.
For me, on the floor plan with scale 1:100, that's the one I'm seeing.
You're saying the 1:200. Let me share it again. Okay, 1 second.
Yeah.
Let me share the next slide here. Okay, can you see this one?
Yes, this one I can see.
Yeah, so you can see this is the dimension line, right?
Yeah.
This is the dimension line. So there is this dots. They indicates the end of that dimension. Like this to this is this dimension of 17 feet 5 inches or 17 feet, or it's a meter, so 17.05 meter. So you can do dots, you can do ticks, or you can do arrows. And those have some dimension, like in that arrow which comes down here, if you see my cursor, it has a dimension like 2 mm in size, and tip is 0 and the side is like that. So like, if I can show you quickly, so those like, here it goes. Can you see me, or you're seeing the screen?
No, we can see it.
You can see me. So if I show it on the screen here, you can see that. Can you see my book? Yeah. So I'll just
Yeah.
quickly sketch few so you can understand what I'm saying. Okay. And this is a meter. And this way, what you see is called the architectural tick. They are in the both same direction. Your dimension is on the top, and this line will be lighter, and this line will be little darker. Okay, so this is the architectural tick. Can you see this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Down next is the arrow. Because of now AutoCAD and all that, those arrow things are very easier. But when we used to do by hand, because that's the basic, and always make your basic stronger, then you can swim in any kind of water. Okay, so this is 3 mm, that is 2 mm. I'll just show you, and here is the point. Okay, those used to be like, that's those time. So can you see this is the second one with the arrows? Yeah, this line is a thinner, these two lines are thicker, and there is a dimension written here. And that what used to be arrow measurement, like, the length is 3 mm, width is 2, and the point. But this now we don't need to do because we have AutoCAD and we have all Revit and everything. But this is another way. And the last thing, what we used to do for dimension is adding the dots on the both side and 20.00 meter. Also writing like this. Can you see this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so then that was the when you draft by hand, you can select your thing and always mention all dimensions are in mm, or all dimensions are in feet and inches or inches, and then mention your scale 1 as to 10, 1 as to 50, because when the people on the site they are going to relate the site to real ground, that will be easier for them to measure there and to mark those all dimensions. Now here you see these are more useful when manufacturing something, not on the side. These are more useful when there are some detail like shutters, cupboards, or somewhere in the ceiling and all that, like, suspended ceiling, gypsum ceiling, false ceiling when we are making. So these are all needed that time. So they will be more in depth in the more smaller scale, like more into the scale which is 1 as to 20, 1 as to 10, 1 as to 5, 1 as to 50, like 1 as to 2. So this is the thing. Now next thing is, can you got it what I'm saying? Have you got the points? Do you have any doubt about it?
Could you
No.
could you maybe repeat a bit?
Oh, pardon.
Can you repeat a bit about the area part you were talking about
Area of.
of the room?
Okay, see, our drawings are such a way important. There are, when they goes to 1 as to 500, 1 as to 1000, that they can take that whole large area, means a complete kind of a county, complete kind of a area, say, of a land with lot of housings and lot of buildings together on the paper, so that we can plot them. Now, when you go for 1 as to 200, 500, so it will becomes like zooming inside and it becomes like a more going deep. So like 1 as to 200, 1 as to 300, that means you are zooming in, you are getting in. When we do our interior architectural drawings, we go for mostly 1 as to 50, 1 as to 100, as per the size of our drawing. If it is a full villa, if it is a full office of some square meter, then it can be better to go in 1 as to 50 scale. So when we are going for the next one, for more detail, like a single room you are doing and making its detail. So in that time, it is good to go for, here again, I'll share this one. It is good to go for more in depth. And when you are going to, how they use, so 1 as to 50 scale drawing or 1 as to 100 scale drawing, that drawings to print out, when they print, it can be a bigger A1 size or A0 size. So when that happens, here, let us see this drawing. There is one more sheet, I'll just share. You can see this. This is whole plot and showing a whole like a game field and what amenities are going to come. So the scale should be 1:100 or 1:500 to take all this. Now this you see, can you see this one?
Yeah.
Shumi, Nofi, Nof, can you see all these plants?
Yes, yes, I can.
1:100, yes.
Yeah. So now this is a whole plan, and my cursor also you can see, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So now that you are zooming, you are taken a one single unit, which is 1:100, which can be on the side like 1 centimeter equal to the same 1 meter or 1 centimeter equal to the actual site. So if this you see this plan, so if there is a like a 5 meter showing the 5 centimeter, like 1:100, it will be on the side that 5 meter. That one single centimeter equals to that 1 meter, it will be on the side. So like this like we are zooming into it. Now when we go next for that, okay, and okay, can you see this slide?
Yes.
Yes.
Which is the whole plan and the detail. So what I was saying, when these measurements and drawings are there, that can be then plot on the site with the real measuring scale, real, if you are doing survey and all that, you can see those chains and all that, meter tapes, theodolite, all of that, that can be used on the site. This drawing is the major key to bring the dreams into reality. And when you see this like very detailed thing, those detail will not go to on the side. Those detail will go in the factories for manufacturing furnitures, for manufacturing gypsum ceiling, fall ceiling. So those details are like that. So those detail goes into more smaller scale, like smaller, like 1:10, 1:2, more into deep. It's called like more zooming in. So you can see all the detail, what kind of wood will be there, what kind of joint details are there. This you can see is a door detail. Okay, so when they are manufacturing door, they are fixing the door, that will happen. Yeah. So then now next is our thing is, yeah, as because we joined little bit late, I'm getting that my Zoom is giving me a time. Okay. Fine. So now let's go for the quick next slide. um we'll just skip this, ask a question. I hope you understand what I'm saying about the scaling and dimensions.
Yeah, it's all okay.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, because we are now into limited time and we already lost our sum of time. So now next is the use the right tools. What are the right tools? Essential drawing tools like software relevant to engineering drawing. We are using by hand, so we need our drafting board, scale, and pencil and clutch. Not using a clutch pencil, a proper pencil with a sharpened edge. That way it will help, and after that you use a rotating pen. I know this going to go behind. Now everything is on AutoCAD and SketchUp with line thickness, layer thickness, and the layer like type, which is a continuous line, dotted line, all of that. But to go there, basic drawing by hand, practicing that by hand is almost always first important stage, an important step. Now, here, essential drawing tools and software relevant to engineering drawing. AutoCAD, SketchUp, Revit, 3ds Max, Maya, and many more. AutoCAD for us is the most important tool. It's a software which lets you and leads you to make all kind of drawings. From there you can go in AutoCAD to 2D to 3D. These are all 2D drawings. 2D drawings are the backbone of whole project, backbone of everything, backbone of your design. When you do by hand and you do the sketches, your idea is on the paper. How to convert that idea from the paper to the computer and to the 3D is the AutoCAD. It will give you, and it gives all the measurements, heights, everything, and then you can put it in the 3D such as the SketchUp. You can go with the Revit 3D, you can go 3ds Max, you can go with Maya and more animation and all this thing. So these are the essential drawing tool. And next, what we can see, some of the tips to select this tool. You need to learn those softwares. You need to learn the AutoCAD, you need to learn SketchUp, Revit, all of this. The same way now you are learning how to do the drawings, how to make by hand. You need to learn this and you need to use this and you need to practice, practice, practice. Practice makes perfect. No, practice makes you more practice so that you come to the perfection. And actually, there is no perfection. You need to keep iterating. You need to keep developing yourself. So now next is we'll go for tip number 3. Practice consistently. This what just I said. All of you, can you hear me? Because I don't see all of you. Are you there?
Yeah, yeah,
Yes, yes,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
hear you okay.
Yeah. So then this is the another tip, practice consistently without feeling like, okay, because you have taken such a profession which is passionate, which is art, which is science, and of course engineering. All of this together in this profession, and it's connected to people, daily life. Nobody is there who doesn't want their home, who doesn't want their offices to be proper, precise, and happy, which we call as a mindful design, a design happiness. So you need to practice, practice, practice. Next is it's important if regular practice improving your drawing skills. Actually, I wanted to do some exercise with you, but I can see there is a short time and it's just 6 minutes. So next time we will get connected, and I'm planning to have another workshop. If you're interested, that workshop will be for the advanced drawing tips and advanced drawing things. But before that, let's see uh, tip number 4, pay attention to detail. The way on drawing I have shown you from the slide, let me just open that slide again. Can you see this drawing?
Yes.
I
Yeah,
cannot see it.
The
No.
drawing on the fifth.
yeah, on this, like it's a colorful interior layout of
Ah, no,
furniture.
no, no,
Not,
no.
Mm,
You cannot.
wait,
no.
let me just share again. Here, can you see this? Oh, it's a 5-minute
Yeah.
meeting, it's showing me. Okay,
Yes,
so let me just show you some of the drawing, what we are saying. Yeah. When I'm talking about the details and all, can you see this slide?
Yes.
A slide of sight along with the drawing and the
Yeah,
photo
yeah.
and the
y-
a complete
yes,
interior
sir.
design consultancy package, material selection, integration of project stakeholders. Now you can see a whole plan is there. You can see a color flooring there, which is exactly there in this behind the site plan, which is site photo, which has been done. So your drawings, your AutoCAD, everything meant to go in reality. So it's not just the 2D drawing, it's not just the 3D drawing, because 3D drawing will not give any measurement. 3D drawing will not show any height. 3D drawing will not show the location of the particular things, such as switches, how the tiles will come. It will just give the picture. It is same like as a photograph. You can enhance it by filters and all that. You can add as many details. So that's what we are saying, pay attention to details. Details are very important. So those small details enhance your real work on the site. It gives a proper perfect direction, so you won't mislead anywhere, and you can create your design, what you are developing for your client, because that's a client's dream. And you have the language of your drawings to the 3D to the site. Are you getting me?
Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, can you see the next slide where I'm talking about the details? You can see these AC grills. Can you see this slide?
yes,
Yeah, you can see this AC grill and the light space, how the lights are placed, and how the AC, which is like a gypsum ceiling, what you can see the fine lines of it. You can see all the molding on the backside. This all had proper 2D drawings. So the contractor had proper measurement. Contractor had, you can see how there is a step over there, how this grill is utilized as a beauty of that space. It's not just a part of mechanical, oh, just you need a AC, air, cool air in and out, you need a fresh air. No, it is a part of that whole beautification of that interior design purpose. You can see the shadow gap, how it is used. You can see how the curtains are placed and how the molding is. Can you see this one, this slide?
yes.
Yeah.
Are all those details involved in the drawing?
Yes. For coming over there are all proper detail and drawing. That's how it goes to the contractor. Now there are 2 3 contractor work here, a gypsum contractor work here who measure everything and who fix this all moldings, who made this gypsum ceiling. You can see how the detail line, how the line it gives beauty. The electrician, then AC people, those who work with the AC ducting and all that, everybody had this drawing. Electrician knew where to put the spotlights. AC person knew where is the inlet and outlet, means AC air will come in, AC hot air will go out. So all of this mentioned in the drawing, supporting to the contractor. And then the contractor is into his AC field, into his that specialized field. So he's utilizing our drawing as a base. Now here you see this layout, which is another restaurant layout. Can you see this one and my cursor?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is what is
Yeah.
happening. So this is all detailed in the plan, in AutoCAD, measurements, everything is there. Then it's given to the contractor. So this is strategies for checking and double checking drawings for errors. Always do check your drawings, what you are saying, because your words, those are the lines going to be reality. So I always say to my every client and everyone that your every single of line in the drawing cost a lot to the client and the contractor, because that single maybe there is a 1 meter, 1 centimeter, or 10 meter. So now here, tip number 5: seek feedback and learn from mistake. Keep practicing, take advice and seek, keep on like improving, keep on searching how you can learn more, and seek feedback from your peers and instructor. Strategies for incorporating feedback and learning from mistake to improve the drawing skill is always important. Now we are short of time, otherwise I wanted to get you into like how you'll sketch the very simple drawing, but I believe for that we can join a next time. So, do you have any question? We have just 1 minute remain.
I have a question
Yeah,
about
please.
those details.
Uh-huh.
You draw them by hand, or do you use like the 3D animation